Hello, everybody. I'm Hosea Sanders. I'm a broadcast journalist at ABC7 Chicago. Been here since 1994. I've been an anchor, a reporter, a program host at Channel 7. And recently I started serving as the entertainment reporter, interviewing stars and creative people who are responsible for making movies, TV shows, music, and theatrical productions. I don't have any big words of wisdom for you. I'm basically a storyteller at heart. So I will tell you a little bit about my story and hopefully in the process answer some of the questions you may have and provide you some guidelines as you go forward in your own journey, your own adventure. I've been in this industry now for almost 40 years. I came to Chicago in 1994. I started in my home state of Arkansas in radio and newspaper before reporting in Dallas, Los Angeles, and then, of course, here in Chicago. I grew up in a very small town in Arkansas where I went to college. We were a middle-class family, had three brothers and one sister. My parents worked really, really hard to provide for us to get us all an education and give us all the things we needed along the way. Grew up, actually, we started out in public housing. At one point, we actually used food stamps. My father worked on the railroad, building those actual tracks for Missouri Pacific Railroad. My mother had so many jobs. She was an emergency room nurse. She drove an ambulance. She worked as a bailiff with the sheriff's department and also a jailer before becoming eventually the vice mayor of our little town in Arkansas. So they served as real inspirations for me. And they're the people I look up to, and they're the people I respected and want to sort of pattern my life after. I remember living through some of the last vestiges of segregation in the South, separate areas for Blacks and whites, doctors' offices, movie theaters, and especially in the schools. We had a Black school and we had a white school, and we integrated it when I was in the seventh grade. Those were really years of adjustment. We didn't really know what to expect as we started this combination thing. But I had teachers along the way who had given me special books and special materials to get me ready to compete with the kids in the white school. And that sticks out with me as someone early in life believed in me and told me I was worth it, worth as good as anybody else, as long as I was prepared and ready to do the work. I was very active as an athlete and a student. I was in the track team, and I was on actually heading toward being the valedictorian of our school until the last few semesters of my senior year. Two white students were apparently given some extra credit assignments, so their GPA would be a little higher. That stuck with me. It hurt my community, it hurt my family, all the goals that I had worked so hard for so long. It seemed like they were just kind of taken away. That was one of the lasting lessons that I learned as a young person, and told me that life is not always fair, and that you've got to be ready to deal with disappointments as well as the obstacles along the way. That's been a recurring theme for me, a really recurring theme for me throughout my life and my career. Always be prepared for the unexpected. Be ready for things not to go your way. So once I started my career in broadcast journalism, I was a reporter and an anchor in the South. And at one point I was ready to advance to higher, larger markets. And I connected with a consultant for help in making that next move. She told me that she could help me get a job as a sports reporter, but not a news anchor in the bigger markets, because people are more willing to accept a Black man in sports as opposed to news or anything else. And she said I should actually concentrate on that and not alone. She said, as a Black man, I should just stick to sports. Kind of sounds familiar these days. Well, that made me even more determined to make it in news as a news anchor. I consulted later, had to leave the business. I did okay in news. I was prepared and I was determined, young people, prepared and determined. That's a recurring theme. That's something I hope you actually keep in mind as you think about things and think about your own lives. Stay focused. Don't expect anyone to give you anything. No one owes you anything. Just because you have that degree, that piece of paper, no one owes you a job or career. No one owes you anything. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. Be ready to swerve, be ready to pivot, find the people who do believe in you, believe in your dreams as much as you do. In the past few years, I've dealt with some personal setbacks and some personal heartaches. I've been diagnosed with cancer twice. I've undergone multiple surgeries and intense treatment. Still going through some of that. It is challenging, I will tell you honestly. And also during that time, the two people who are closest to me, who had actually lived with me and helped me during my illnesses, died. They died. My mother passed away after first suffering from a stroke at my sister-in-law's funeral. My mother, that was a couple years ago, 2020. My mother was my best friend and my biggest supporter. And she left. On the day of her memorial service in Arkansas, my brother fell and he was badly injured. Within a month, my brother, who also had lived with me before moving back to Arkansas, within a month, he was dead too. Another best friend and someone I love dearly. So, and all this was during the summer of 2020 in the heart of the pandemic. That was a tough time, I have to tell you. It was also during this time that most offices shut down, including ours at ABC 7. And so I started working from home. But I made adjustments. I went on Amazon and got me a backdrop of Chicago skyline. I went on YouTube to remember some lighting techniques and set up the lighting and stuff that I'm still using to this day. Got me a better laptop for my Zooms, and I was back in business again. Started doing all my stories, all my work by Zoom from here at home, and then sort of emailing it back to the studios. This, I have to tell you, has come in handy actually as I pivoted and began doing entertainment interviews. I can do them all from home, talk to anybody around the world from right here because of technology and because, quite frankly, God is so good, He's allowed me to continue doing that. But in the meantime, I was prepared for that, and I was determined to still make it work. Prepared because I had been an entertainment reporter when I worked years ago out in Los Angeles on that red carpet in Hollywood. So I was ready for the next thing. So the message I'd like to give you is to be prepared for the unexpected. Be ready to shift your plans, to adjust your course of action. Don't let anyone else determine your destiny. I'll say that again. Don't let anyone else determine your destiny. Don't expect anyone to give you anything. They don't owe you anything. People don't owe you nothing. You got to earn everything you get. You don't always deserve to get the things you want. You don't deserve it. You have to earn it. No one's going to hand you anything. Your hopes, your dreams, your jobs, your happiness, your future. Just because you've worked hard doesn't mean you deserve it. You've still got to work hard to earn it. Walk across stage, get that piece of paper, you said, voila, oh, everything's great. Hire me, give me, help me. No, it's all on you. You've got to earn it still. Piece of paper don't mean you've earned your way in life. You got to do it over and over and over again. It actually never stops. You cannot relax. You can't cruise, you can't coast. You've got to always be on it. You got to just keep working, keep preparing yourself for whatever comes next. You got to stay ready. So my advice to you is to continue to learn new skills, continue doing the things that will advance you in life, things that will get you closer to your goals. Keep meeting people who can teach you and to help you to achieve your dreams. Once again, always be ready. Be ready for the good and be ready for the bad. I wish you all the luck in the world. Stay focused, stay ready, keep doing the good things. Take care of yourself. Good luck, everybody.